So today I think I actually took the last hike I will be taking before I get on trail. We'll see. But that leaves me with the opportunity to empty out my backpack. I had some weights in there to add pounds to train my upper body, get used to having the pack, some other things in the pack that I won't be taking on my trip. So I put those aside, and I was asked recently to do a how do you stuff your pack video. That may take a while. So this video might actually be segments, but I thought I'd start. And the first thing I thought I would show you on my Durston pack is what I put on the outside. And there are a few things. So one thing I like to have accessible is this little Swiss Army knife. I've added a mitten clip to it. And then on my pack itself, I've also added a little mitten clip. So that allows me to just clip the knife on and off if I need it. I use it to cut up apples and things like that. And it just stuffs in this water holder pouch on my backpack because I don't use that one for a water bottle. The other thing that I put on the outside is my Garmin InReach Mini 2. I'm trying to find placement for this. I have switched the binder clip, the carabiner, but this one tends to stick and it's hard for me to get it off with one hand. So I think I'm going to switch it back to the one that came with the device. I noted in another video that I put reflective tape on a lot of things, just in case for some reason I'm going for it and I can't find it. So that clips to one of the straps. Strap that I can reach while the pack is still on so that I can turn it on, off, do the tracking and all of that, but still be able to reach and clip it off is what I'm going for with that. Another thing that I put on that I can't find right now, oh here it is, is my whistle. So I want to have this accessible to me, but I don't like wearing things around my neck. I find that they go under my strap and then cause a lot of rubbing, and yet I still want to have it. So what I do is loop it through one of the straps so that it's easy to take off in case I want to leave my pack somewhere and still have a whistle, then it can go around my neck. And this I put in the little pouch as well, so I can stuff some things in there. Another thing that I put in there sometimes is my phone when I have it connected to my power bank. It's a great little pocket to have for a snack or other things throughout the day. So, Peace Towel, female urination device. I use this. This is actually a tent stake little carrier, but it's perfect for the pea style and just fits right in there. I also put a little mitten clip on there, and then on my pack I have another mitten clip, so this gets attached here. I can reach it if I want to without taking my pack off, unclip it, or just pull it out of the pouch, and it's really convenient. It also allows me to unclip it and then use the mitten clip on my ridge line on my hammock to keep it in my hammock so that if I have to get up in the middle of the night, I just grab it and go. Toilet paper. So, toilet paper, there is a pocket on the Durston, like one of the deep side pockets, but in that pocket is another pocket with a zipper. And so that's where I keep my toilet paper. I have found that I don't really like the way, I'm not sure I can show this on video, but the pocket actually goes on the inside towards the pack. And so if I get water bottles and things like that in here, it makes it hard to get things in and out. So I don't usually put in anything other than my toilet paper in here, but I could put other things in there. Maybe rain gear or mittens or things like that, depending. Speaking of pockets, this pocket on the other side of the pack is a little bit more shallow, less tall, shorter. And so that's where I put my yoga mat. I just slide that in. It makes it accessible during the day, so I can grab it quickly if I want to sit on it for lunch or lay it out and do some stretching. It's right there on the side of the pack. I also use this pocket for my big smart water bottle. It's a liter, and that'll go in the pocket. I can reach it when the pack is still on, so I like to have that here. Additionally, I have a carabiner. What I like to have for this, of course, lots of different uses, but I will either put it on the strap at the top or this other strap at the top. And mostly I just use it when I get to camp, and I'll hang my pack on one or the other side of my hammock so that it is off the ground. It's useful for other things, obviously. I can hang my shoes on there. I can do lots of things with a binder clip. And I don't know why I keep calling it a binder clip. It's a carabiner. So I like to have one. I do have two other ones that are just these little, you can see them, these little orange ones. They have like a hair tie on there. It's actually shot cord, but it could be used for a backup hair tie for myself. And what I do is I clip my camp shoes on the outside of my pack. And I know some people don't like Crocs. I like Crocs. I like Crocs because I can wear my socks in the winter. They kind of keep my feet a little warmer. I use them for water crossings. I think with the strap, it makes it, I just stay on my feet. And I'm pretty happy with that. I know that the off-brands are sometimes lighter, but I already had Crocs, so no reason for me to buy another one. So my Crocs just kind of hang on the back of my pack. Let's see, what else goes in? Chapstick, I always keep in my front right pocket. Sometimes I put snacks in there. I'm trying to think of what else. Usually just the chapstick and anything that I want to have quick reach. So if it's getting towards the end of the night and I want to throw my headlamp in there or something like that. On the other side, on the left side, is where I keep most of the snacks that I want for a particular time during the day. Bandana. So I usually take my bandana, flip it a couple of times, and I'll put it, goes right above my garment on the right side. I use it just to wipe my nose, things like that. If I am not wearing a buff, I usually put the buff on the other side, and that's handy. And then I use my smaller, it's a 700 milliliter smart water bottle that I use in the other water bottle pocket on the front of the pack. And that is, I think, the setup on the front of my pack. I do generally have my water filter system right handy on my pack. So I have a 2-liter reservoir here. I have a scoop in case the water flow is low and I need to scoop it out. That sticks in the scoop. In the winter time, I keep my Sawyer water filter in a Ziploc bag inside my pack or even on my body. But in the summertime, I just take it and place it in the scoop as well. It all fits in here, usually. Shove it in there nice and tight. And then it goes in the taller side pocket. Additionally, in that pocket, depending on the weather, I would carry things like my rain mitts, maybe my rain skirt even, or a sun hat. I carry my rain jacket in this back mesh pocket. So that will go in there. Trowel, which I generally use certain times during the day. I put that in the side pocket as well. I have to be careful because it can puncture things. So sometimes I'll stick it right in there with the, what did I call it, a scoop? Just slide it in the side there to keep it from puncturing anything. In the winter time, I have gloves. I've also added a mitten clip. Right under my water bottle is another little mitten clip that I can hook my gloves into. The nice thing about that is I can take them on and off. When my body heats up, my hands get warm. And so I often have to take my gloves on and off. I do have a pair of, I think they're these, the Enlightened Equipment. They make like a mitt. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm gonna bring them with me. And so I will find some place, most likely on the outside of my pack for those really, really cold days. I'm guessing that I would put it in with my water filtration system, or maybe even on the back of my pack in that mesh section. I'm really interested to see if I move things around, how things work once I am on trail. If my tarp is really wet and I know that I won't be able to dry it out quickly, I'll probably move things and then use the mesh pocket in the front of the pack or the back of the pack, whichever you want to call it. Or I may even place it on the top of the pack, depending on where I keep my bear can, that kind of thing. So that's all I'll do right now. It's just a basic intro on how I pack my pack. I will show you what is in my emergency kit. So I use a 3-liter, it's an Osprey, I think. Yeah, little ditty bag. I like to have hand warmers. This is a super warmer, and then these are just the regular hand warmers. I'm gonna carry a set with me, and then if I need to, I'll have my mom ship them in resupply bags. I carry an emergency blanket. I've used this once, so it's lightweight. Always have it with me. Even on my day hikes, I throw it in there. My charging block, which is an Anchor, it's an old one. It's, I think, a 10,000. I could upgrade, I'm sure, find something that charges faster, but right now this works and I already had it, so that will go in. I have 3 cords. I have one for my Garmin, one for my iPhone, and one for my headlamp. The one that is for my headlamp also will work for the Anchor to charge it. So I have that. I have the block that goes into the wall to charge things with. It has 2 ports. Again, I would upgrade. There's definitely better options out there. It is an Anchor. It does work well. But I already had it, so I'm taking it with me. I threw my headlamp in here. If I'm going to be hiking in the morning, obviously it comes out, or if I know that it's starting to get dark, then I will pull it out. But for the most part, it stays here. Massage ball, that will also go in this little bag. My first aid kit is really, really tiny. I don't carry much. It has some basic medication, some painkillers. I have found in the last 3 years that I've only used an ibuprofen style pain inflammation reliever once. And so I will take some. I will most likely give them out to other people who want them. And I have a couple of first aid things in here, some antibiotic ointment, some gear tape, just the basics. So pretty lightweight. That will go in here. I like to carry an extra smart water bottle cap in case I lose mine. On my big bottle, oops, I have the sport cap. On my small bottle, I have a twisted one that stays shut. The reason is because I like to have water at night, and I do not want this happening by accident and water like dumping all over my hammock. So I have both styles, but this style actually works with my filter, my Sawyer filter, as a backflush tool. And I know Sawyer comes with, you know, the sport cap on it itself. I don't use that actually. So on my Sawyer, I have purchased a little coupling thing so that I can use my Sawyer and I can screw it onto a smart water bottle. And then it allows me to use it as a gravity filter. So that's kind of nice. I don't use it all the time, but I do like having the option. And so that's what I will do. If that doesn't work for me, I'll just send it home, but I've been hiking that way for a really long time and I like it. So there's that. The last thing that I will put in this is an old prescription container that has just a little cloth in it, and that's where my glasses will go. So I don't actually use my glasses while I'm hiking. I don't need them. I do have some little readers that slip into my phone, and that's nice to look at maps and things like that. But I wanna bring my glasses with me because they're really nice to have, especially in my hammock when I'm tossing and turning and moving around. They stay on my face a little bit better than the ones that I have on my phone. I can actually show those to you. So they slip into my phone, they're teeny tiny, and they just pinch on my nose. And they're great. And that's all I need while I'm hiking, but I like to have glasses with me. And this keeps them safe, protected. They'll go right into my bag. And once I have everything in there, it's about this size. So I'll roll it up and that will go in my pack. Stay tuned. I'll move right on to the next thing and show you what else I have. So next I thought I would show you what I'm going to wear to hike because this won't actually go in my backpack. Bra and underwear, wool. I have a buff. I find that I usually use it for a neck warmer or to keep my hair off my face, but in the summertime it just gets too hot. So then it hangs on my pack and I use it perhaps to put in water and wear on the back of my neck to cool me down. But that I will be wearing. In the winter, when I start, I am going to begin with a smart wool long sleeve. I think it's 150. I don't know what the 150 means, but that's what it is. That will be my base layer, along with my hiking pants. I like Cool brand hiking pants. These do roll up and clip. That doesn't do much, really. I wish they zipped off, but the ones that zipped off were heavy fabric, and so I like these lighter weight. They do dry pretty quickly, and so I'll start with those. I have a Patagonia fleece. I also have a smart wool 3/4 zip, and I go back and forth as to which one to bring. The fleece doesn't pack down quite as much, but it's a little bit lighter. I'm going to start off with the fleece. I think I like it better, and we'll see. Darn Tough socks. Showed this in another video. I don't know if you can see it here, but I put a piece of embroidery floss on the back of my socks so I can actually clip them to my pack when they are drying. I have another pair as a backup. So these are the ones that I will start wearing. I wear Darn Tough in the winter. They keep my feet a little warmer. And then in the summer, I switch to Injun G's. Dirty Gold Gators. Fabulous, love the company. I had one of these little tabs fall off and they sent me another. They were just awesome to deal with. Trail Runners. So Ultra Lone Peaks. That is what I am wearing. I did mention that I like to go against the grain. I don't like to start cold. I like to start warm. So if it is cool out, I will also be wearing my puffy which is a Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. And there's that. So, what's next? So I have a few backup items of clothes that I'll be taking with me that'll go in my pack. I have a Smart Wool 250 base layer that will be my sleep layer. I will also be able to layer this when I'm hiking during the day. If it does get down into the teens, I will probably add either the shirt or even the pants under my hiking pants if it gets really cold. But for most of the time, they're going to be my sleep layer. In the summertime, I'll swap. So I have a Patagonia Capeline layer that I will have with me instead. I have a backup pair of socks, and I have a pair of sleep socks. Now, the reason I'm bringing 3 pair of socks is because I have a feeling that when it's snowing, I'm actually going to want to wear 2 pair of socks. I'm not sure. These are sleep socks that can also be hiking socks. So I've got a lot of uses for that. We'll see how it goes. And because I'm afraid of cold feet, I did get the Enlightened Equipment down booties that I will have at night or at camp or when I'm just miserable with cold feet. This is something I haven't taken out, just like the Torrid mitts. It's something new, and if I don't use them, I'll just send them home. I have 2 pair of backup underwear, and I have a backup bralette. These are all from Icebreaker and super, super light. I'm not sure about the bra. I don't know if I'm gonna even use it, but it will be nice to have as a backup, and if I don't use it, I'll send it home. I have a pair of Nike Dry Fit shorts. I like to hike in shorts, so anytime it's above 50, I will be hiking in shorts with lots of layers on top. So I am going to bring them with me, and I just prefer to not have things touching my legs when I'm hiking. Also going to bring a tank. So this is my brother's Between the Blazes t-shirt. He's the guy that does the custom Katahdin signs, the mini Katahdin signs with a picture on them. You can find them at betweentheblazes.com. He is a 2015 thru hiker. He's always at trail days, so say hi to him for me. And he documented his thru hike as well. He did some tiger tails and is really entertaining. So if you want someone else to watch, take a look. Between the Blazes. So I will have that. I like to layer this sometimes with a long sleeve shirt underneath it. It does dry pretty quickly. In the summertime, I'll always hike with my tank and shorts, and I will most likely send my pants home and just keep my base layer as a backup for my legs if I decide to. I am bringing a wool buff. I have found hiking this winter that I am often wanting to have something around my neck in addition to the zip up fleece and the puffy. It just makes me feel really warm. I will be carrying a buff, but in those times that becomes my hat. I don't actually bring a hat. My puffy is hooded, so if it gets super, super cold, I could certainly do that. I can also I also put on my rain shell, which is hooded, and provide a lot of warmth. But I'm bringing this. It'll double for a bunch of things. I could throw it around my feet. I could use it, yeah, multi-purpose. So I will bring that, see how it goes. And then my clothing bag is orange, so that if I do need to hang something off my pack that is orange for hunters, or even just to, I don't know, signal, it's orange. You should always have orange, right? I'm in Pennsylvania. You should always have orange. So all of my backup clothes will go in this orange bag, and that'll get stuffed in my pack too. So how does it all fit in here? Well, it's a process, but I start with a pack liner. This is a 6 Moons pack liner, and a few videos ago I showed that it actually wet through on me, and so I got really nervous. And this is a Nyla Flumes bag I'm gonna stuff in the bottom of this. Even though I retreated the pack liner, this is so lightweight, I'm just gonna throw it in there and use it for my underquilts. So the first thing will go in is this hammock and gear underquilt. It's a 0 degree. It doesn't pack down very, very well, but it keeps me really warm. And so in the summertime or when it gets warmer, I'm gonna swap this out with I think it's a 30 or 40 degree Cedar Ridge underquilt. So for now, I'm gonna stuff it in this bag. So that gets stuffed down deep. I like to do that after I've put everything around on the outside. It just makes it easier, especially with my pockets. My top quilt is next. This is a Cedar Ridge 10 degree. Cedar Ridge was a great company. I don't think they even exist anymore, but I really enjoyed working with them. And this is a 10 degree, but I will have it with me the whole time. I find that it keeps me warm when I'm cold, but it's not too hot when I am warm, and I can always kick it off. Sometimes I will actually take it. It is a sewn foot box, so I can stuff it all in and make myself this pillow that I will put behind me when I'm in my hammock, so that if I'm sitting up, I can read and things like that. It becomes kind of like a and just a pillow to prop me up. So that will go in next. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to squeeze all the air out and roll down this Nyla Flume thing. And sometimes it takes a little while to get all the air out. Well, obviously not all the air, but a lot of the air out. I can still hear it coming out. So you get the idea. Then before I do anything else, I'm gonna squish it down, and I'm going to put my tarp. Now my tarp is going to go between the pack liner and the outside of the pack, but in the pack. So this is a hammocking gear. It's an 11-foot tarp in a snakeskin. Now it's a Dyneema tarp with doors, and so I can completely close myself off in the winter or when it's raining and blowing around, and it's been fabulous. I mentioned in another video that when my hands are cold, I can't tie knots or untie knots. So I use something, it's a Dutch wear, I think they're fleas, and they just allow me to wrap the guy line or the ridge line around the tree and then hook it on itself. I do have line locks on this. I don't think I would get them again, but I have them. And at some point while I'm on trail, probably not before I leave, I will show you how I set this up. So that's gonna go in the pack, between the pack liner and the outside. I also carry 6 tent stakes. So I have some shepherd hooks. I have, I don't know what these are called. They're like the V-shaped ones. And then I have some carbon fiber ones just for different terrain. I find that they work differently. And so I bring 6 just in case I need to tie something else out. That will go in here, same spot. And then I have the beetle buckle Dutch wear gear suspension. It's 15 feet, which allows me to wrap around big trees or to have trees that are spread wide for my hammock. So I like that. That will go in. And now just putting that in, this is all popped up again. So sink that down. Push all the air out. In hindsight, maybe I just wouldn't have done it the first time. So the next thing that will go in is my clothing bag, and that goes in the pack liner. But I've got it outside of the other like plastic one. And then if my hammock is dry, so I'll put my little ditty bag in there and work around it. If my hammock is dry, so this is a Dutch wear gear chameleon. In the winter time, I have a top cover, so that keeps me a little warmer. And in the summertime, I will swap that out with a bug net. But if it's dry, I'm gonna shove this in there as well. If it's wet, I might put it on the outside with my tarp. We'll just see. Then I will use my body weight to press out more air. It's the first time I've had all this stuff in here. And sometimes I kneel on it. Once I get the air out, this is why I like the pack liner, because it allows me to get the air out and then roll it down and secure it. I've done it without a pack liner, and I just feel like the air comes back in before I can do anything about it, and that's really hard. So the air is mostly out, pack liner is rolled down, clipped, and secure. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but I still have all this space. And in another video, I showed how my bear can go in here sideways, and I could stick it right in there. But I'm afraid of wear on the outside of the pack. So another option for me is to roll this down and secure it. And the nice thing about this pack, this is the Kakwa 55 liter Durston, is that it has this strap. And I can secure my bear can, which I don't have right now, on the top of the pack. So that may be an option. So that's everything, with the exception of my bear can, which I will show in another video. I will also show the things that I use for my kitchen, because that will eventually, it will go in my bear can. It could also go on the outside of my pack in my mesh pocket. Different options depending on how many days of food I'm carrying. But I want to do a breakdown of my resupply box and how everything fits into the bear can as well. So I'll save that for another video. And that's it.